All right, so you're getting into this underworld. You're throwing the parties. You got Wild Man who's introducing you to all sorts of types that are now, and now you're thinking about, I'm going to build this enterprise. You want to go big because why not? And it feels good, and you've got the ego and all the connections. Talk to me about how it starts to get big, because you now start needing more people in your organization. You need to supply the stuff. You need security. You need to worry about law enforcement. What are those first couple of years like?
Okay.
I'm guessing this stuff, you know.
Security came through Wild Man's apartment parties. I was at one of them. I was supplying the ecstasy, and a guy comes in, Mexican-American guy, long dark hair, prison tattoos on his arms, ruggedly handsome, and his name's G-Dog. And he's supplying the coke and the weed. And he's got this serious aura about him, like, you know, prison toughness. So we're just chilling out. People are listening to music. I think we're playing some tongue or some European trance. And a cop walks in and he goes, I could smell weed from outside. Nobody moved.
He walks in full uniform, the cop.
Yeah. Tempe police. Yeah, walks in. And G-Dog just whips out his gun, points it at the cop's face and says, the only one who's not leaving is you, motherfucker. Everybody run. I've never seen anything this heavy before in my life. So we all run off into the night. Now, this apartment complex, Rancho Murrieta, has got massive buildings, huge buildings. And we've kind of got operations in various buildings. Some people holding the drugs, you know, some people selling the drugs over here. So I go into one of those apartments, police sirens, everything come in. We're like, all right, we're crapping ourselves. What should we do? Should we flush our drugs? Will he have remembered everyone in that apartment? There's no way he could remember that. We're all having this discussion, basically, what should we do? And then all of a sudden, bang, 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 bang on the French window. Oh shit, is it the cops or what? We look out and it's G-Dog. He's like, let me in. Now, I learned some very important lessons because of G-Dog. He comes in and he says, the cops can't get a warrant that fast. Turn the lights off, turn the TV off, nobody make a fucking sound, nobody answer the door. And people are still whining and thinking, should we flush the drugs or what? He was right, that's what we did. Cops knocked on the door, they went next door, they kept going on the way. And he said, I actually took him to another property in Phoenix. I said, look, because you're so hot here, come to one of my other properties. And then he said, because you and your friends protected me, me and my brothers have got your back. I had no idea what that meant. And it was a few months later, he goes, my brothers want to meet you. One brother wants to meet you. So he's got a house in Tempe, the brother. There's all these cars, these classic lowrider cars outside. And brother answers the door, short guy, bald head, wife beater, vest. And he's looking up at me like, who is this guy? And he hears my accent. He's like, damn, you talk funny. He's like, come, I guess you must be from England. He's like, come in and meet my homeboys. So go into the living room and there's all these just massive Mexican-American guys, like steroided out, prison tats, wife beater vests, shorts down below the knees, slabs of coke, slabs of crystal meth, all these different weighing scales, various guns, like AKs, mini machine guns. And they're all just looking at me like, I don't belong there, like they want to eat me. So I'm thinking, oh shit, my heart's going to jump out my chest. Big one swings a spoonful of coke in my face, like, snort this. I look at G-Dog, he's like, yeah, snort that. If you don't snort it, they think you're undercover or you're a snitch. They're going to take you out to the desert. So I'm looking around the room, and Nat Geo did a good version of this in my Banged Up Abroad episode, but they condensed two scenes. They put these guys in LA, which didn't actually happen. It happened in Tempe. I'm looking around the living room, and they got the biggest TV I've ever seen. They got a little TV showing all the comings and goings on the street. We're on top of the big TV. I do a double take. I'm thinking, all right, I've seen one of them before in a Rambo movie. They got a rocket-propelled grenade launcher on top of the TV. I still don't know who they are until years later, but I know they're serious. I end up in business with them. I'm going over to that house, and every time I go over there, there's that lethal atmosphere. I'm in and out. But they said to me, look, if you ever get in trouble, if you get pulled over leaving here, the cops do not have a right to search your vehicle. Tell them you're in a hurry, they don't have probable cause, keep going. Worst case scenario, if they force a search or arrest you, this is the lawyer we want you to call. And years later, when everything went down, that was the lawyer that I called. And I'd probably still be in prison right now if it wasn't for him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So these guys were, we found out later, who were they?
So I'm taking G-Dog home one night,
Right.
years later now after I've met them. The whole neighborhood is blacked out. The cops have got light ones and they're guiding traffic with the light ones. As we pull up to his brother's house, they're all being brought out by a federal SWAT team in handcuffs. And if we'd have got there a bit earlier, we would have got caught up in that raid. But it was news headlines that night. Leaders of the new Mexican Mafia, most powerful criminal organization in Arizona. They were trying to assassinate witnesses, police, the head of the prison system, judges, you name it. And it had all the mugshots on the news. And they were the guys who had been dealing with over those years in that house, yeah.
Wow. And was it always tense with them, or did you guys ever?
Oh God, there was the night of the ecstasy party. So, they said, we're going to do ecstasy. Most of us for the first time, our women are coming over. I brought them the pills. I get a call in the middle of the night. We need more pills, we've run out. Have you ever taken ecstasy and you remember your first time?
Yes. So they want a second one.
So they're all in there like these big, smiley, sweaty, overgrown teddy bears, picking me up, bear hugging the life out of me, trying to tell me their life stories and shit. I know. We love your pills, England, man, yeah. That was the only time that they were ever smiley like that. Every other time they had that lethal look.
And so you did business with them, which meant you sold them pills and they distributed them for you, or they provided protection or money, or?
They got stuff off me and I got stuff off them.
Okay.
Let's just leave it at that.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.